Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to a brand new video here today and another episode of my F1 2019 modded career mode here today, and this is the Russian Grand Prix round number 16 of the season I believe, and we're getting towards the closing stages. Only 5 more races after this I believe, and yeah guys, the last episode was at Singapore. If you haven't seen it, I will leave it linked up in the top right hand corner of your screen, but today we are here at the Sochi Autodrome, probably my least favourite track of the entire calendar. I'm just not a big fan of this track, simple as that. We've only got 5 races to go though guys, so if you are new to the channel and you want to get subscribed for the closing part of the season, it's me versus Kvyat versus Verstappen versus Hamilton for the World Drivers' Championship, and it's Ferrari versus Red Bull versus Racing Point for the Constructors. So yeah, drop a like off the bat guys and get subscribed with notifications turned on to not miss out on any of the action going into the final stages of the season. But without further ado, let's jump into qualifying and let's get the weekend underway. Here we are then on the laptop, and you can see on screen right now there is no rain expected this weekend, which is a great way to start things off. Also worth noting in terms of research and development, for another second race in a row now I believe, there's been no upgrades, so yet again no rule changes there. And finally, in terms of the engine performance, I actually ran power unit number 1 in the last race and also in practice, but I've now moved back to power unit 2 for qualifying and the rest of the weekend. We should be able to get through this weekend on this power unit, and then for the next race at Japan we'll strap on the final fresh components on certain elements, and that should be us good to go for the rest of the season. But we now jump into qualifying here at Sochi, and as we saw before, no rain expected of course in this session, and we're getting to the nitty gritty now guys. You know, it's me versus Kvyat versus Verstappen versus Hamilton. Hamilton now, he needs a win, he needs a big result to get himself back on terms in the championship, but for now it's definitely looking like a 3-way scrap, and one in each team, which is great to see. So good variety up the sharp end. There is title rival Max Verstappen. I've still kind of got Red Bull to turn up. They haven't quite shown what they can really do yet compared to last season, but I feel like they're not far off. Either way, jumping into qualifying, this was lap number 1. We went for 3 laps in this session as always, and my best one was the final one. And to be fair, this was a pretty solid banker lap. Russell currently P1, we go P2, less than a 10th off behind Carlos Sainz and ahead of Kevin Magnussen. We then move on to run number 2, and by then I got pushed down to 8th place in this qualifying session. Verstappen now currently quickest, and straight away we found 2 tenths in the first sector. We lost a little bit in the middle though. We lost about a 10.5 through there, and there was definitely more time to find in that part of the track. We then found another 10th or so in sector 3 as we cross the line and move up to P6, 2.5 tenths off the pace of Max Verstappen, purple sector 3. But now we're going to run on board for a full lap guys around the Sochi Autodrome, and I'll get back to you once the lap is over. And there we go, across the line, and we do take first place. We set another purple final sector, and that was a great lap. Really, really quick, absolutely perfect, and that was me pretty much getting the maximum out of the car. Unfortunately though, Max did improve later on. He found a 10th, so he reclaims top spot. We're going to start the race on P2. Danny Kvyat, of course, in his own race in the Ferrari, starting from 3rd place here today, and our teammate Sergio Perez up in P4. So looking at the racing points going pretty well around here. Lewis Hamilton in the P5 in the 2nd Ferrari, ahead of Charles Leclerc, who rounds off row 3. Then it's George Russell and Pierre Gasly on row number 4. Gasly once again having a solid qualifying for the Renault team. Then it's Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Vettel rounding out the top 10 with both of the Alfa Romeos on row number 6. Hulkenberg out qualifying the Iceman. We then move on to row number 7 and we have Daniel Ricciardo all the way up in P13. Incredible performance from him in the Toro Rosso ahead of Antonio Giovinazzi. Alex Albon P15 with a 5-place grid penalty and Lando Norris rounding up the top 16. And then towards the back we have Roman Grosjean, Valtteri Bottas, Lance Stroll and Kevin Magnussen, with Magnussen and Bottas picking up grid penalties. But guys, that is your grid. We're now going to get into the race here for the Russian Grand Prix and let's try and pick up another win. Right then lads, here we are, it's time for the race and we start from second place here today on the front row alongside Max Verstappen, and Max once again looks to be very quick around here this weekend and we're going to try and challenge him if we can. Of course we've got Kvyat behind us, our main rival, he starts from P3 and Hamilton behind him, so the Ferrari's looking a little bit stronger this weekend. Personally though, in terms of our own race strategy, we're going to start the race of course on the soft tyres that we qualified on and then move on to the mediums. Very simple one stop around here. Fuel wise we're going to run I'm going to push up to 0.8 actually in terms of extra fuel, a little bit more on the tank than originally expected, but I just want to make sure I've got enough in case I need it for emergency. But the run down to turn 2 is really long and our starts have been, pretty consistent. We get a good first phase of the start and then the AI overtake us in the second phase because they get that really good acceleration. So we're going to struggle to hold on to P2 into the first corner. So it's going to be a tricky race, a recovery race, but we'll try our best. Either way, let's jump into it. It's time for the Russian Grand Prix. Right, let's see what kind of start we can get here. It's going to be absolutely key to start well. Lights are on. Lights out and away we go. Verstappen gets an absolute blinder of a start. To be fair, we didn't do too badly. We've held on to second place, which is absolutely shocking to me. We're going to get the run and we're going to get the slipstream on Verstappen. So that's going to allow us to hold on to P2 just about. Perez with an absolutely massive send into turn 1 there. We managed to just about turn into the apex and to my surprise we've held on to P2, which is not what I had in mind in the slightest, but we seem to have gotten a pretty decent start. Just that Verstappen got a really perfect one and he pulled away beautifully. So Max holds on to the lead as we run a bit wide. Let's see if we have pace to hang on to him. I'm going to keep the engine turned up to full power for now and we're going to see if we can try and stay within the 1 second window before DRS gets enabled on lap number 3. So head down and let's see what kind of pace we have. End of lap 1, gap is 1.1 seconds. Verstappen's got very good pace. We're pulling away from Leclerc. He's getting a bit of a slight slipstream on me at the minute, but I think we've got the pace to pull away from the Haas driver. Yeah, we are running on a worn ICE. This is going to be the last race on that particular ICE component, so it's around 54% worn, so it's not too bad. By far my most worn component on the engine, but it shouldn't affect us too badly here today, so let's just get on with it. Yeah, at the minute Leclerc's holding on. It's not been a good start, and actually Leclerc now has DRS, so this could be interesting. We've got to try and pull away if we can. The AI should turn their engines down on this lap, so it should be easy to pull away. So let's see if we can try and get that 1 second gap that we need. Sector 2 has to be perfect. Personal best. Verstappen though, 1.3, still a long way away. My best sector is sector 3, so if I can build a lap, that's pretty strong. I'll hopefully with that build a pretty decent gap to Leclerc, but I've got to try and hook it all up. It feels like I'm just starting to edge away a little bit now from him, but DRS is really keeping him in the game here. Closing up on Verstappen here. Might just be able to get myself back within DRS range, I think. Let's see. Yes, we have. There we go. That's going to help us in terms of pulling away from Charles Leclerc. So that's good stuff. So we're all going to bunch up again. And the race is going to remain a bit open, which is what we like. I get to also save a bit of DRS now behind Verstappen as we run it a bit wide through 1 there. Just picking up, or should I say 2, picking up a little bit of understeer there in the dirty air. But we're now back in this. Verstappen hasn't gotten away, which is great. We're closing in. I didn't want to go for the move just yet. I'm deciding against it. I want to save a little bit of fuel on the RS behind Verstappen so that if we do go for the overtake, we can floor it and try and pull away. So we're charging things up here and getting ready for the move. We'll try and get him on the pit straight instead. That's going to be the target. Let's see if we can just keep it tidy through the final couple of corners. Easy does it. There we go.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Yeah, cheers, Jeff. Right, here we go then. Let's get this move on Verstappen. We're gaining on him. We're going to go down the inside. Nice easy one. A little bit early on the brakes, but that's okay. Keeping it safe. A little bit sideways on the exit, but job done. We move up into first place of the Russian Grand Prix. I don't think we've got pace to pull away personally. I'm just going to try and do my own thing out front and kind of defend on the straights if I need to. But I'm going to kind of run at a respectable pace. But we've got the whole grid here. You can see on the same straight. So everyone's really close. The pace seems to be very similar with everybody here. Pit stops will be key in this race. Oh, that's a big lock up. That's not going to help. The curb there, ruining the momentum. This is going to give Max a chance to get back at me. Otherwise, I would have been okay, to be fair. I'll say that, though. Max isn't really catching. He seems to be lacking a bit of pace at the minute, Verstappen. He's not as quick as he was in the first 4 laps or so. He's definitely dropped off. I'm going to try on this lap pull away. I'm going to use a bit more of my ERS. And I'm going to try and drop him here. And try and stretch this little train of cars out a bit. See what we can do. I tried pulling away, but it hasn't quite worked out. The tyres aren't quite there anymore. They're just not as quick. And just as I did that, Max decided to turn his engine up as well. So, yeah, there goes our chance of trying to pull away. This time we do the final corner quite nicely. We have a gap to Max, but it's not much. Very similar to last lap. Will Verstappen get past this time? He's a bit closer. He's gaining. We are going to have to defend the inside this time. Into turn 2 we go. On the inside line, we'll hold on. Slight cut there, but that's okay. And we remain in P1. Just got to try and hold on to the pit stop phase. And then when we pit, hopefully not lose any time in the pit box. And then rejoin the mediums and we should be okay. Traffic will be key around here. We're going to have to get through multiple medium tire runners, I think. That was a pretty good final part of the lap, to be fair. Verstappen's quite far back. And actually, Perez is now up to 3rd place. I haven't realised, but he's now challenging Verstappen. So it could be a racing point 1-2 here, which is good. Here comes Max again. He's got momentum. Turn 2, again we'll defend the inside quite easily. Looks like Perez may challenge. It's so funny because whenever I turn my engine up, Verstappen does the exact same thing, and when he does, it means I can't pull away, which is so annoying. We both seem to use and save the engine at the exact same time every single lap. But Max is gaining on me here, to be fair. I had to defend the inside. He's definitely running in a high engine mode now. He's picking up the pace, he's quick on the straights. Got to just try and defend as much as we can as we start to lose the tyres now a little bit. Looking forward to that pit stop. Tyre doesn't feel terrible, but you need your rear tyres around here, which is very, very important, especially against the AI who are so good on traction. That was a really bad exit though. Max is going to get the run on us here.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
Max locks up. That gives us a chance. We're going to slide alongside him. Looks like we can't get the switch back. Max is running full power. He has been for the last 2 laps and it shows. I'm starting to lose my rear tyres a little bit. Let's try and stick with him. We'll hopefully get a chance to reclaim P1 on the pit straight. If not, let's just stay within DRS for when the pit stops happen in 2 laps time. There we go.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums.
That's a perfectly good exit. So I'm going to sit behind Max for a little bit. I'm going to save a bit of fuel. Well, I said that Perez is gaining, so I can't actually allow myself to do that just now. Max defensive into turn 2. I wonder if we can get him through here. That'd be something special. Perez is all over the back of me, so I need to kind of make this move and reclaim P1 ideally. I want Perez to kind of attack Max instead of attack me. That would be a good way to do the race as a teammate, but let's see. Oh, Max pits. In that case, I'm going to follow him in. We'll go for the exact same strategy, and we'll hope that we can get the jump in the pit stops. A few more cars are following us in. We've got quite a late pit box, so hopefully I won't get held, whereas Max might. So this could be interesting. Here we go then. Crucial time in this race. We've got one of the later pit boxes, which is good. Max does get held, which is going to help. Here we go. There it is.
You'll be racing on the exit. Go now.
Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. That's the benefit of having a late pit box as we get ahead of Verstappen.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Even Kvyat's jumped him. Look at the acceleration of Kvyat. Oh my goodness me. What is that? I don't know what it is with the AI, but they just get some incredible acceleration. I'm actually going to get a replay on that really quick. I need to watch that back. I actually need to watch that back. I'm really, really curious. Look at Kvyat just go. Look at the acceleration. We're both flat out. And then he's off the gas. That's insane. I've never seen nothing like that before. It's just a joke how the AI just accelerate with maxed out cars so much. Look at that. It's so easy. Damn, man. Anyway, let's get back to the action. Right, everyone else is pitting now, so it's going to be interesting to see where everyone kind of feeds out. I want to see if I can get close to Stroll. I'll say that. He's going to pit, so that's going to release us into clean air. I was hoping for some DRS though. Right, let's see. Let's see where everybody feeds out.
We advise moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
There's the undercut. We stay ahead of Perez. Will Perez hold on to P2 though? It's going to be close between him and Kvyat. Really close. It's going to be for a net 1-2 for Racing Point. Looks like Kvyat's just held on. Right, I'm going to push now. Let's see if I can open up a gap to these guys. Verstappen though was the big loser in all of that. He's lost out massively. He's lost out to Kvyat, Perez, Hamilton, and maybe someone else. So it's a big fat L for Max Verstappen here today. More cars in the pits. As we're now up to P3 once again in this race. I'm trying to put away from Kvyat, but he's just about hanging on due to DRS. At the minute, it's 2 Racing Points versus 2 Ferraris for the podium and the race win. Hamilton's right behind Perez as well, so he's in the mix here today. But Kvyat in his home race is going to be wanting to win. Okay, we're behind Grosjean now. We should be able to pass the Toro Rosso AlphaTauri car. He's on mediums, going quite long in this race. Here we go, let's make it a nice, easy move. I'd love to put a car between myself and Kvyat. That would be absolutely perfect. Wow, look at this. Look at the acceleration from the Toro Rosso. I can't actually catch it on the straight. The turn 2. We're going to go to the outside. We get pushed off the track there by Grosjean in the Toro Rosso. That's not good. But yeah, man, the AI straight line speed is just an absolute joke at the minute around it. I know my paint is a little bit worn, but it's not that bad. Like, we shouldn't be struggling this much on the straights. I mean, look at Grosjean just pull away. You think he's got slipstream and I don't, but it's the other way around. Just got to hold on. We'll pass him on the back straight. So just got to keep it nice and tidy through this section. Well, to be fair, he's going to go defensive into this one. It's going to make things very awkward as we're going to slow up so much here. Just got to try and keep ahead of Kvyat, whatever happens. All right, here we go. This time, let's get the move done. Kvyat's going to get the double slipstream. As we're going to make a move here, we're going to pull to the left-hand side. Almost hit the wall there. Completely got the line wrong, but crucially, Kvyat didn't get through. Grosjean stayed there, so we've got a chance. Hopefully Grosjean doesn't pit straight away. Oh, that's a big mistake. Hopefully Grosjean stays out for at least one more lap. Yes, he does. Let's see if we can pull away now and get a gap open. Kvyat's made a move, but he's lost so much time, and so has everybody else battling with Grosjean. We've now got a nice healthy gap over a second, probably over 2 seconds to be fair. Just got to keep pushing now and keep this gap. Albon pits, and we retake first place in this race. Okay, then let's see what the gap is. 2.2, pulled away a 10th in that final sector on Kvyat. Kvyat has also pulled out of the DRS range of Perez, which is not ideal. I was hoping Perez could have maybe stuck within DRS and maybe given him some trouble, but it wasn't to be. Instead, Hamilton's taken P3. Right then, let's see what we can do. Okay, Kvyat gained 2 tenths on that lap. That's not too bad. I've got to pick up the pace a little bit, but I'm running out of fuel and DRS here. Gap down to 1.5. Kvyat has more pace than me. Simple as that. I've got nothing more to give. I'm on the limit. So he probably will get back within DRS in a little while. Kvyat 1.1. He's there. He's pretty much now going to line us up for a move once again. This could get very interesting. It is absolutely chucking it down where I live at the minute outside. Like, it's literally monsoon conditions. So if you hear rain in the background, that's what it is. Meanwhile, Kvyat is now well and truly on the back of us here. I can't lie, I don't think we've got a lot in the tank to hold on. I'll try my best, but there's a long way to go until the end of the race. Best case scenario, maybe letting Kvyat go by and then trying to save a bit of fuel mainly, so that I can possibly try and get past him once again. That would be the ideal scenario. But I'm not sure if I'll have the pace to maybe stay with him and then get back past again. So let's just see how it goes. We'll judge it on a lap by lap basis. Kvyat though, here he goes. DRS on the pit straight for the first time. The Ferrari's got a lot of straight line speed here. We're going to defend the inside to turn 1. Kvyat doesn't quite attack, so I kind of move back over across the racing line, seeing as he didn't quite commit. And we stay in front for now. Kvyat's gaining again. He's pretty close. He's going to go for it. I kept my car on the inside. On the brakes, Kvyat locks up. And we'll just get back in front again there. Exact same mistake as what Verstappen did. But Kvyat's now putting the pressure on. I've got to try and save VRS and fuel whenever I can. Sector 3 mainly, which is my strongest sector, you know, on paper. But I have to sacrifice it to save fuel in the RS. We're not in the woods yet though. Kvyat will get another second chance here. Second bite of the cherry on the pit straight. Although to be fair, we've had a good exit out of there. Let's see if we have enough to stay in front of the Ferrari. I think we do. Looking at the mirrors, Kvyat is starting to pick us up a little bit. But I think we're going to be okay. Yes, we are. Because I'm struggling for pace, Perez and Hamilton are catching back up again. So I'm actually backing Kvyat into my teammate, which could be a good thing. If Perez holds on to third and catches up to Kvyat at the right time, we can back him up enough. This could be a really good possible race for us here today. Or it could be really bad. There's a risk of it being a Ferrari 1-2 as well, of course. But I'm looking for that racing point 1-2 finish. Here comes Kvyat again. He's gaining, but he's not quite close enough. So we stay in front for now. Yeah, another lap. Kvyat has his engine turned up this lap. He's going to get past very, very easily. We'll show him to the right-hand side, which is the longest line to the next apex. And we'll try and hang on. But he swipes across and picks up the racing line. So Kvyat goes through as we get loose there. I feel like I'm struggling now. I don't know why. I just don't have the overall pace. Obviously, these guys' tyres are 1 lap fresher. But it doesn't make much of a difference around here. Just got to try and hang on to Kvyat if we can. And yeah, try our best. Let's see if we can get him back on the pit straight. I don't think we can. I feel like Kvyat's pulled the pin. He's going for this, and I don't really have the reserves for it. We'll try and save behind him, but if Kvyat's going to run at a relentless pace like we know that AI can do, fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap at the end of the race, it's going to be really hard to catch him. Let's see if we can hang on now for a full lap as Hamilton makes a move on Perez as well. Kvyat's trying his hardest to pull away here. He has got a good pace, very good pace. I'm really trying to hang on. I was trying to save fuel and ERS at the same time. I just can't really do it. I've managed to get some fuel on side, but I've got to try and use that now to keep up with Kvyat, who's really stretching me here. We've dropped Perez and Hamilton once again, so they're now not a factor anymore. 2 laps to go. This is all about chess, and when we time it in terms of when we make the moves, looks like Kvyat may have just run out of engine mode because I've caught him up very easily on this straight, so that could be an opening for us. Here we go then, onto the last lap of the race. Personal best lap from me. Of course with DRS assistance, but we are absolutely maxed out now. I've got the fuel and I've got the ERS, so we're going to try and charge off the Kvyat this lap. Let's see if we can get him back. Oh, it all comes down to this. I'm pushing to the limit. Kvyat's just got too much pace. I don't think I've got enough on the straight to make this up. Or keep trying, but I think Kvyat's got this. Yes, he has. He's got this by far. Yeah, nothing I can do. Kvyat just too quick. Simple as that. At full engine mode, I still can't catch him, so just got to accept it. I didn't have the pace today. I mean, to be fair, I was lucky to hold on in the first stint. I don't think I've had the overall race pace like I did 1 lap pace in qualifying. So I just got to accept that. And you know what? It's still good points. Damage limitation here today. Across the line. And there we go. That's okay.
Yes, that's a podium. Excellent drive. The team have worked especially hard this weekend, and this is a fantastic reward.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Ferrari are at it again, an excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
Well, there we go then, guys. The results are in, and Daniel Kvyat picks up the win on home turf. Really come home in second place. Perez, in the end, gets third and gets another podium, which is great to see. And a good response from Sergio ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who finishes P4. Verstappen, in the end, only P5, just didn't quite have the pace. And to be fair, it was really close. Kvyat, myself, Perez, Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, it was all to play for. It was a really intense race, and anyone could have done anything there. But either way, we got Leclerc P6, Russell 7th, Sainz in P8, Raikkonen P9, and then Albon rounds up the top 10 here today for Haas. Then we have Bottas missing out on the points, along with Hulkenberg, Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, Stroll, Vettel, Norris, Magnussen, and Pierre Gasly at the back. No retirements here today. Renault having an absolute shocker of a race. And finally, in terms of the standings, we are 31 points clear of Daniel Kvyat, who cuts down the gap, and 56 points clear of Max Verstappen. Hamilton mathematically still has a chance, but he's going to be ruled out very, very soon. Hopefully in the next race, if we get a good one under our belt. And finally, the constructor standings, we are 18 points behind Ferrari, so it's all to play for still. And Red Bull do drop back quite a bit today, so Red Bull need to respond now. They need a big race, or big two races really. Verstappen and Russell need to get some big points to kind of get themselves back in properly for the final 3 races. But guys, that is going to be it from me here today in this Career Mode episode. If you guys enjoyed it, I'd appreciate a big fat thumbs up rating, and also if you can subscribe, guys, if you are new, for daily Formula 1 content on the channel. I've got some F1 2020 videos coming very, very soon, guys, so keep your eyes peeled for that one at the end of the week. So do get subscribed for that, guys, to not miss out on that content. And guys, finally check out the 2 videos on your screen right now if you have missed them. I'd greatly appreciate it. But that's going to be it from me here today at Russia. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race. It wasn't to be, but still a good race at the office, and we will be back next time for the Japanese Grand Prix, my favourite race on the entire calendar. But guys, until then, it's goodbye from me. Have a nice day, and I'll see you all next time.